something, or volume in general.
Hey everybody, I haven't recorded one of these in a while, so I figured I would jump in here and lay down,
Save screen.
drop a podcast on the market, what's going on with it right now, my views, some of the stuff I'm playing, not much right now, and what we can look forward to going up through Quad Witching Hour on Friday, the Quad Witching Day on Friday, next week's FOMC meeting, and a couple of other things. So let's get to work. A couple things.
What I would do is I'd sort by price of
I
sales,
am
'cause
this
that's
week, week of 9/13,
sometimes
attending the
the
SALT
most
conference, SALT conference
meaningful one to me.
in New York. So back in the saddle, in and out of my office for the first time since March of 2020, and attending some of the various
yeah, so these are like at
items
one.
that are
Like one price of sales is crazy.
educational tracks, information tracks, as well as networking events that
SLQT
Mr.
is a really
Scaramucci
interesting
has
company
so
too.
diligently and
that was
gracefully
really
and
nice.
spectacularly put together
Yeah.
in SALT 2021. Today I was at a panel on
What's the reason for it?
the
You know, I noticed it when it
value,
was before it
private
gapped
market
down.
value creation,
Like,
which is related
like
to
2
some of
weeks
the private
before it gapped down, I
equity
started
work my
following
firm
it
does.
and researching
So,
the company.
and that's something that's
I
relevant
really,
to trading
really like the
stocks.
company.
It's about
One of the
private
things they do that's really
companies and how
cool
you
is they
value
like
them,
try
especially
and
when
help
you're trying to
seniors
exit, come up with an
with
exit strategy.
dealing with their insurance in a more
that's
online
been
fashion.
where I've been last 2 days and why I
Then
haven't been on
for
air
then
that
it just
much.
gapped. Then just it's in a downtrend.
But let's just take a look at the market. I think I mentioned earlier
Hard to
here
break
in
it. Doesn't make a lot of
a
sense.
couple
to me,
posts ago.
but I kind of I never played
There is
it.
no denying
it.
this short-term downtrend
Yeah,
that
it's
dates
four
right back
really
to
bad
beginning of
candles.
September.
But it's for the.
This is the SPY for
That's why it hits the
what is this?
hits the
This
discount
goes
scanner
back
here.
just
hmm
September.
Yeah, when I like a company,
August
I don't like
5th it goes
playing
back to.
puts on them.
But if you take a look at it, this particular trend
Unless
is
you
distinct. It's
the
noticeable.
company.
It's relevant.
Yeah,
It's
oh yeah, if I
relevant
hate the
and
company,
it's
I'll
repeating itself.
burn it to the
higher,
ground.
lower highs and lower lows every day.
look at
So,
Columbia
is
Sportswear.
this a September swoon, or are we heading towards a correction?
Looks like a
I
good
don't know. I can
trend.
tell you
Getting a
this:
nice range.
if you take a look at it on the 1 year,
Typically, I don't like consumer
Mm-hmm.
staple companies.
If you take a look at it
Here's a
on 1 year,
renewables company.
you're going to see
I'm kind of a techie guy
that 50
for tech stuff.
MA moving average right
You're a
there.
techie guy
That's
too,
where it's
right?
sitting right
I
there.
enjoy
that
tech.
50 moving average, that white line. That's it right there.
Everything, it's like an unstoppable machine. Everything's
And it
becoming a
bounced
tech
off of
company.
that 50 on August 19th. It bounced
That's
off
true.
that 50 on July 21st.
How's your latest company?
Bounced off that 50 again in June, middle
Going
of June.
okay. Things are
Middle of
going
May.
okay.
Middle of March. Went
One of
under
our
it a little bit
partners
right at the
dropped
beginning
out,
of
so
March.
we've
Pretty
been
much bounced
a
again
little
early
slow,
Feb.
but
And that was after
you know,
late
it's
last
moving.
year rising above it and staying
So
above it for
you got the
basically
product. You
all
got the
of
product
2021.
and
So the
all done
uptrend
and
still continues. It
getting ready to
hasn't been
launch, right?
broken.
It's like
This is a
the
trend
product's
line.
like
I drew this
I'd
yellow
say
thing. Let me
80%
remove
done.
that because
I'm still like not 100%
gets in the
happy
way of
with
what I'm
it,
trying to
but
explain
we're gonna
here. But
launch
it's quite
like
possible
a
we're near the
beta
bottom of the
test
channel.
of it and see what
If
kind
you
of
draw the
response
trend
we
line
get.
channel,
We don't really have the money to do
you're gonna
like a
see
focus group, so we're
that
just gonna
this
roll
is
it out
pretty
and
much
hope
at
for
the
the
bottom of
best.
the channel.
Just on a
Just,
small
let's
order
just do it
basis.
once. Let's just draw a trend line right here,
yeah,
just for the heck of it.
just test it with a small sample size.
Yeah,
You'll know quick if it's like
yeah,
easy,
exactly.
easy to sell or not.
So,
Yeah,
is
right.
it like still a secret? Should I not say it on the stream?
so you
Yeah,
can make
please
the case
don't.
that,
But I will
That's
definitely,
the
I will roll it
upper
out for
trend
everyone.
line,
I will definitely
and
share a
of
link.
course, you can make the case
'Cause
here.
it's
that
just
the
cool.
bottom
I'll
trend
put
line
a
started here.
coupon in it too.
Oh, sick.
Um,
Yeah, I like the idea a lot.
which we
One of
can
our
do
guys in
right
the group on is on this video.
that trend line. I'm still learning how to use
He
this.
sent me some
for
stuff he's
trading
working on.
views,
He's
so I like
building
it,
like
but,
a
I'm still learning how to use it.
campground in Hawaii. It's insane.
Oh, cool.
Like
So
an
you can
RV
make the
RV park, or not RV, but like
argument that
glamp
basically
fans.
Yeah,
this channel is
yeah.
right
There's
at
there's
the
a
bottom,
story
or
about
right
a
at
guy
the
that
bottom
did
of
it
that
in
channel,
Joshua
as you can
Tree.
see right
He
through
bought
here.
like those.
Okay.
Roll
Now
up
they've been streaming
those
this
domes
up in the room right now.
for glamping, like those
so
igloo
people can
see-through
see it.
igloo domes, and he raised something like $50 million
Okay,
on
so you can see
crowdfunding.
that we're
Oh.
trading
And
right
they
in that
just did it
channel.
by,
We're
like,
right at the
doing
bottom of that
pre-orders.
channel right now.
And I think it,
so it's a
like,
key area. There's no doubt about it.
it's
If we
kind of
bust
turning
through
into
there
a scam right now.
bigger,
But
Oh,
we
jeez.
can
it
have
was really
that
interesting
5,
when he was
8,
doing it.
10% correction.
So like
we're
where I
looking at.
live, we get the northern lights all the time.
I'm
So I have
more
a
of
friend
the-
that has
I'm
like
more
200
of the
acres. And
opinion
we were
that
talking
what we
about
see
just
here
doing the
is
same thing out there. So
bounce
kind
off
of
of this
living in
trend
igloo
line,
overnight,
bounce off to 50,
you know, in luxury
and going
enjoy the
forward.
northern
That doesn't
lights.
mean we might not have another day or two like
That's like
this
my
kind of
dream
chop
is to
until
go
we
check
get
them
there.
out.
But I don't see anything that's going to cause us
Come come in
ratchet
April.
through here and
April's
take
a really
off,
good time,
okay?
beginning of April.
Yeah, if you take a look at the yellow lines on here.
Yeah, what part
Okay.
of Canada?
I live in
I
Alberta,
think I can
Edmonton,
bring them all
Alberta,
in here, right? Am I
Nice.
using this right?
close to the
So
to
if
the
you
Rocky
take a look at
Mountains,
the
just
yellow
north of you.
lines, the yellow
Yeah,
arrows
it's
on
like
them, those
where all the
particular
parks are.
arrows are the quad witching
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
All right, so you can take a
You
look at
should
each
see
quad
this one
witching
place
week
I was
and
looking
see
at.
exactly what's happened with it. Pretty much a
Let's see if I
non-event,
can
pretty
find
much a
it.
non-event, pretty much a non-event. Was an event.
was like
when
a
was
private
that? March.
island
Oh, that's March of 2020. That's why.
in
That was an
Canada,
event
the Northern
unrelated to
Lights.
quad, right? Here
interesting.
we're
Must
see
have
you
been
can see that the
Maritimes.
quad witching was pretty volatile and downtrended
It
that
looks
week.
so cool.
Not really.
Yukon,
Not really. A
Yukon
little bit, not much.
Pines.
Here, pretty much non-event, 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 non-event. All the quad witching ones are in there. And
Have you heard of this?
not last 9,
Nope.
I mean, are in there.
I'm
That
looking
pretty
it
much
up, though.
indicates what
Maybe not this one.
we, it's a non-event. So, but we can say this, right? That if you take a look at September of last year, see that?
You have to take a look at
See what's going on
plane in.
September 2nd to September
think it's this one.
23rd. Sound familiar?
Yeah, they definitely get more
September
northern lights
2nd
than us up
to
there.
September
But
18th.
it's also way
So
colder.
are we going to experience this right here?
Yeah, I think it was like a
This
summer
move right here.
one.
It would be a continuation under the 20, right? So if we break this
Yeah, I
white
haven't
line,
been- I
this
haven't been
20
in Colorado in years,
simple
like,
moving average,
a decade probably.
there is a possibility and an increased
Colorado.
probability that we will
used to
see
come all
this
the
swing
time
down
I had friends that went to
and give
Boulder.
us that 5, 7, maybe 10%
Yeah,
retraction
you should
in the next few days.
definitely go
I'm
in
not
the
expecting
summer,
that because we're already halfway through September,
Yeah.
and this move
unless you're a skier.
that we see here
I am a
had
skier.
already started really early September. Big move right off the
Yeah, you like in the winter then too.
right off of the beginning of the month, if I recall.
Yeah, I came
It
for
says
I
here,
came for an event
September
when I was
4th.
like 20.
You can see how
at,
big that move was.
in Colorado
Right?
Springs.
We haven't had that
The,
big of a move, so
Olympic
it's not a
training
trend
ground.
line that would show extreme
It was,
moves for
fun time.
continuation. This
What'd
is
you do
more a
there?
trend line that's showing
I just
pretty
toured.
much
I
your
mean, that
standard
place is crazy.
chop,
what like
slide,
hardcore athletes
chop,
do
slide,
Yeah.
chop,
is
slide.
insane. I mean, I watched a
Slide
girl
up,
eating like a
chop,
whole
slide
birthday
down,
cake
chop,
just
chop,
to get her
chop.
calories.
That's where it's staying.
No way.
So that
Isn't
20
that-
SMA,
the
inside the
cafe-
50
cafeteria
simple
there
moving
was
average,
crazy.
it's a key critical indicator.
Yeah, I
right?
heard they have bracelets they have to scan what
I
they
mean,
eat.
so let's keep our
to
eye
make
on
sure
that.
they're getting
'Cause that
everything.
will determine what we're going
It's
to want to
nuts.
do. I'm looking to try to find some laws
Yeah.
to get
It'll all
into
be
because I
tattoo
actually
stuff.
think we might be in a position to
Heck
take
yeah.
advantage
I
of
mean,
that. Okay?
eating some of that tonight.
So,
Matt, I saw the Northern
we end
Lights
up
for the
with
first time 2
Dow's
nights
for
ago.
the session.
This is
Ah!
hard, buddy.
For the lows.
Oh
so
my
the
gosh, I'm
Dow's
so jealous.
292.
It looked like aliens were visiting the planet.
Red
It's crazy.
handles, NASDAQ
Did you get any
67
purple
red
in it,
handles,
or was it just the greens and
S&P
blues and
500
yellows?
or
Did you get
25
purple?
red handles. So all
It was
the
just
indexes
green
down, right?
and yellow
Again, the S&P
when
trend
I
line.
saw it.
So
I
the
don't
Q's
usually
up here for
stay
a
up
second.
late enough to see them because
Q's
Then I can't
what is
trade
it,
for them.
September
they come out at like 2 a.m. here,
5-day line,
and
look
the
at
market
10-day
opens at 5 a.m.
ones.
here, 5:30.
Yeah.
10-day.
Pretty trippy.
Started about the same
Yeah.
time.
I highly
Not even-
recommend
it
you
didn't
make
even
a trek
start.
up
It started a
to
week
see
later
the
than
aliens.
the S&P. Okay.
I would be so pumped.
So it's not,
Before it gets
it's
cold.
not even a significant trend line. Here, let's throw the
I would like to see the ones in
1 year
Norway
up.
because there's like mountains
There's
out
the
there.
50 SMA, the blue line. Considerably above that blue line is 368.
so
We're at
far,
375.
There's like
So we're not even
sick
close to catching
mountains.
that. So, and if we do a
It's
channel
right on the
chart on
sea
it,
too.
I might have the channel chart
There's like
already
this
in here.
highway. That's nuts too.
Do, 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 do. 1 year.
Maybe once we have that Hyperloop up and running, it'll just be a quick trip over to Norway.
Here's
No,
the
the
SMA.
space needs to build
50,
those
200, considerably
ultrasonic
above
jets.
both.
Dude,
Let's
space is not
remove-
building anything.
They have a partnership with Rolls
This line.
Royce.
Apparently, they're also
This line
recommissioning
for
Concorde
purposes of a
jets
cleaner
for,
look, so to make a comparison.
customer
Now
travel.
let's throw a channel up here, starting up
Yeah.
on the top
Yeah,
off trading
I
channel.
think they're
You know,
using their
that's probably
technology
a
or
good
something
place to
like that.
start right here.
Yeah, so that's like New York to Paris in 2 hours, right?
yeah, it's crazy.
From October of last year.
It's all good until there's a
That,
crash, though.
And let's start at the
Tesla crashes
And
like all the
calls
off
and
of the May
stocks go
lows.
yeah, but this would be a little different.
yeah.
Plane scared people
somewhere
more, I
in this
think.
Is that Ambo?
Yeah, Sambo.
May lows.
Ambo.
That didn't work out.
It was me. I got babies and stuff, though, so I needed it. They're making noise.
No worries.
Ambo, how was your day today?
Let's extend that to the right.
Medium-ish. I didn't trade very much.
And let's take
I kind of stuck to. I put up a chart for
take the
EDIT
bottom trend
last
line,
night
which should
for
be
it to go
somewhere in this
down.
area here.
I put in a chart for
Create a bottom
AMD
channel
calls.
for it.
I played some AMD calls. I caught that pop. We were kind of lucky. Took profits quick. And then
You can
once
see that what we're looking at
fell
with the Qs.
below,
Pretty much
my
similar to what
trigger
we saw. You
put
can extend that a
bottom,
little bit to get
and
it
I
more
think I'm up
even. It
like
should actually come
50,
down to here. So it's
60%,
kind of a
which I
sloppy
locked
draw
in the majority of.
on
That
my
was pretty
part,
much
but you
it.
can see
Very
the Qs are coming
light
down
trading.
and
At
getting
it.
close to breaching the 50,
Yeah.
and also ready to bounce off that.
And you're
that,
still building
channel,
out
which
your
it
like
did
lead portfolio, or how are you
in
managing
August.
that right now?
On the bottom of that channel.
So
Everybody was green. Every
Gosh.
index, as I said, was red today. But if you take a look at Microsoft, Microsoft was up $2.80 today, almost a bip. And the reason for that was it got a price target hike from Morgan Stanley. It's also one of the tickers that has been continuing to lead the Qs as the Qs continue their march up for 2021. So what are some of the stocks under pressure? Financials to me look
So
like they're under
Ambo-
pressure today,
I
led
think
by
like tripled
JPM.
or 5x his account, and
oh, I went on mute. Sorry.
there's a lot of swing stuff.
Apple,
Hey, tell us about your
I think it's under
lead
pressure.
portfolio.
I think Apple's under
So
pressure. Where is it after
I don't know where I hit the mute
after
button,
it lost
but
that really nice
basically
plummeted,
most of
came
my
back
leads
from
right
that.
now are
They
only the
introduced a new
uranium stuff.
iPhone
'Cause I went
today.
heavy in
Everybody
uranium
yawned,
a
obviously,
little while
because the
ago,
ticker was down.
and
Recording
you know
stopped.
we had that crazy run.
So
Yeah, insane.
Russell mid cap
So I've been
did not have a good day.
taking some profits in
1.2%.
that stuff,
so
and I got a couple leaps.
What I'm
in
going to
CAP,
say is pretty much
which
my
are bleeding.
opinion,
Those aren't
and
doing so great, but,
so everybody, as is
you know, I got
my
till
opinion, it
2023,
doesn't cost
and
much.
I still
That's why
feel good
everybody
about
has
the
one.
play and all the fundamentals and Google
the
trends and
uptrend
everything are still
in
intact. It's
for the
just
entire
this
market. across
newer
the board,
Delta
is
variant
still
and
there.
the
We still are in a confirmed
new sort of
uptrend. There's
COVID
nothing
wave,
here.
and I think took it
There's nothing
off
here.
the timeline. I
Nothing
originally was
in the
hoping
Qs. There's
things
nothing
would
in
happen
the
for it, and I'm
SPYs
going to extend it a little bit more.
that would make me think or make me
But,
believe
uh,
or
but yeah,
indicate.
That's
the
mostly it right
catalyst-
now. I'm not super
Would
leaf heavy.
indicate.
What's the catalyst for
Okay, guys,
this uranium stuff?
that we are not in a confirmed
So,
uptrend.
God, I got to be looking
Just
at it
easy as pie to look at that.
to like tell you all the
Confirmed
specific
uptrend.
stuff. It's about
We're not
spot
even close to
prices.
any
Like
recent
right
support
now,
areas.
uranium
Not even
miners
close.
like Cameco,
Not even
CCJ,
close.
DNN, they've got uranium in the ground,
437.
and they've got deals to
Um,
sell their
I
uranium
don't see
to
any
suppliers
reason
at certain prices.
to be
You
worried
can
right
buy
now,
uranium
although I'm not
on the
adding much that
market
I don't,
for
unless
less
I'm very, very convicted
than
on it.
what
And
it costs
I think I
them,
mentioned earlier
or
that
less
one
than
of
their
the things I'm
contracts
convicted
to
on
sell the uranium.
is
Because these things, like they
AFRM,
sign these like
but
10-year
I also
contracts
put a
with
very
different
safe play
companies,
on
like we're going to
basically
supply your
buying January
uranium at this
23.
price.
close
if
to the money.
uranium dips in between there, like it doesn't matter. They're
Options
still selling
and
uranium
selling
to
calls
whoever
against
agreed
them,
to buy it
which I
at a
can
certain
do for a
price. So right
long,
now,
long
like
time to make
Cameco
money
isn't
on.
even
And I'm
mining
gonna continue to
uranium.
do
It's
that.
cheaper for
So,
them to just buy it
um,
on the market and then deliver it to their client and just make that profit without having to spend all the money mining it and
had a
stuff.
really
So like
nice jump
there's
back
some things
today
with that
off of-
issue sort of
slid
going on
down
right
quite a
now.
bit
And then
on Friday.
um,
And now it's
I
back
don't know, it
into
just
an uptrend. It
it
looks
kind of
like
just
short-term
catches
uptrend.
favor
So
every
I
now
didn't
and then.
add
You'll
any.
see
I
like
was looking
uranium
for
get
it
a little bit
cheaper
of
than this
excitement and
429
then it
number
peters
trading
off
at
or
after
whatever.
hours.
And this is
So I'm
just
keeping
kind
an
of
eye on that for entry. I'd like
caught
to
a
get
little
back in.
excitement.
I
Like
like
there's
trading
not
that tick.
much
It's volatile, so
fundamentally
you have to
different than
study it
what's
very
been
closely
slowly
to
going
make sure you
on
get
for a
in the
while.
right,
It's just, you know,
number.
maybe Wall Street bets
SC, I
accelerated
completely missed
it
the
a
move
little
on this
bit.
today. It moved
There
10
was a lot
points.
of
It's up another
unusual
one.
options
This thing
buying
is back in
in
an uptrend.
CCJ not too long
Look at the
ago.
chart real quick
Like
on
maybe
that.
that's, you know, sparked some stuff with people following it, and I don't know, it just started to take off. But yeah, I don't know what the one like main specific catalyst is that sort of started it.
So here's the daily.
Yeah, because it really went vertical.
Really vertical. Yeah, pretty nuts. I went from 20-30% up in my CCJ leap. So first of all, I was sitting in 2023 CCJ leaps for a long time. They were
Took a little
up
bit of a tumble back
80%,
here,
and they
right?
went all the way
And that was
down to only being up about
last
20%.
week.
And
On some
yesterday,
news and an offering,
I
right?
sold probably the last
that
one I'm
it
going to
did
sell.
now.
I'm just holding on
Market's
to like
starting
one or
to
two.
digest that
I
offering,
sold
so it's
the last
moving
one
back up.
like
It's 50, it's bumped, it's
160%
gonna
or,
get
you
close
know,
to 50
some
here, it did
ridiculous
here.
amount for a leap, you know,
Let's
which
take a look
cost
at the
$400
short-term
or
trend
$500
line
or
on
whatever
this
it is. So yeah, it was a real nice return, selling a couple of those ones that all got, you know, like 100% plus.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And, you know, I'll buy back into them, and now the 2024 leaps came out. So you can get those ones now, which is probably what I'd go back into if I got back
Yeah, like new plant construction
So,
for like other plants is up,
SE maybe
and
heading
like
back
there's, I mean,
to
like 8
all-time
or 9
highs, which
plants
is the
that have
3
started or are starting this year, and then there's like
90 number, I
50 that
believe
are
it
starting
is.
next year. China and India are building
Or
a
350,
bunch.
638 is at all-time highs on that.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like
and it's a very
So that's one to be watching. I
nowadays
missed
if
it.
they
I
use
missed
current
that move
technology,
today,
if you revamp
and I
all the
missed it on
old
Friday.
nuclear power plants, it's probably the
yesterday as well.
greenest,
So like I said, I've
safest
been in and out of
energy
meetings
form
at this
we
conference,
actually
so I
have.
have not been
It's got a scary
grabbing
name, and
stuff
it's
to
got
trade
some
really
Yeah.
fast.
scary
But
sort of, you
keeping an
know,
eye on stuff like
stuff
this and
attached
try
to
to
the
find the right
idea of
entry for
nuclear
it.
power plants with
So
the
that's
human
the-
subconscious,
that's
just because we think
SE,
of
and we're
Fukushima,
looking
which
at it
is
and
fairly
keeping an eye
recent,
on it.
and then people who are older might remember 3 Mile Island, and you know we've had some disasters with the stuff that went pretty
There was
bad.
another-
but
interestingly today, I don't know
we've
if
got
you
it
guys
to
play
a point
this
where
ticker at all.
it's
I
pretty,
don't
it's
play
pretty
it,
safe
but
and consistent and good right now
if you
if
take a
we're
look at it,
using
look
some
at
modern
that ticker
technology. I think
today,
France,
Crocs.
for instance, is like
They came out
70,
and made
80
a,
something
PR
percent
statement,
of their power for the entire country comes
and,
from nuclear. So it's definitely
They
a
were talking
viable
about a
means
share
to,
buyback. They were talking
you know,
about
power
revenue
some
numbers
countries and
that
stuff.
far exceeded their previous guidance.
Yeah, I wonder when we start shifting.
So that's the reason it soared today. If you
Shift
take
is
a look
on.
at it over the past 5 days.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
starting to happen. Like it's the early
Let's
stages.
see.
That's kind of why I was getting in my positions. I got a bunch of shares at
Where it's
UUU,
been basing out
the,
at,
like
and then kaboom,
UUU,
today just took off. I don't trade
Global
it, but
Atomic,
you might look for continuation on there. It
GLATF,
actually did
I
get all the way to
believe,
156
CCJ,
today, and then of course
and
the
DNN
indexes
are
just
the-
weighed on everybody's stocks.
are the ones that
Doc,
I've got equity or
Docu,
shares
I
or
mean,
REITs or whatever.
I'm out of that
Those are
trade
the
altogether.
uranium ones I
I
like the most.
I just
But
don't like
there's
the
a
trend
bunch
on
of
it
really
right
good
now.
companies. I've got a good
and I think
buddy
it could possibly go a lot lower.
who kind of got me in the uranium trade, and he's very heavy in it. I'll get some of his research in DB, and I'll post it up somewhere on like the chat. I think he put like 6 figures. It was like a low 6-figure
and it
amount.
fell
And
under that resistance.
his
fell under
uranium
support
thesis
area
trade
here.
last year,
Pretty
he's
good
sitting
actually.
at
At
like
one
$250
point in time,
million
pretty
right
good
now.
supply
It was
zone
about
for
100
this.
grand to 250,
Nice.
which isn't bad. All he did was uranium
Right here,
companies
right
with
here,
this
two-
one
three
portfolio.
very good supply
and,
zones
you know,
where you
he's
saw
been
buying
crushing
come
it.
in. Look at the size of those
Just
candles.
stock or
Continuation on
leaps?
green.
Stock and some leads, but that's it.
A
Not
little bit
no
of
day trading.
consolidation.
He
So that was a big
doesn't,
supply zone
you know,
here.
swing option trades.
Here, but the
He'll
red
sell.
candles
He'll
just
sell like
overwhelmed it.
calls.
This one
but,
here, followed by that one there, followed by this, and this, and this.
Yeah,
just
just
continuation
equity
downwards.
leaps and
So
just
what's
sitting
next
there
for
and
this
letting
tick? I
it
gotta believe
do
it's right there.
what it's gonna do.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's a
Is the-
thesis.
is
He's
the
got a
gap right there.
timeline. He's
That gap
bullish.
fill.
He thinks things are really going to get interesting. Kind of coming up.
Gap
There's
fill
a couple really
right
good
there.
channels on
Right
YouTube
there.
also that cover uranium, and if you
That's what
just
I'm thinking is next for it.
get on there and Google it. One's called
Then I don't know after that.
BABY, which I never
Melanie, you
understood
could
the name.
post
Oh, yeah.
That's like
questions
the
you have
uranium
up on this
channel,
one
but
for Melanie because she knows
yeah,
the stuff
so
on
it's
this
like that guy's
nobody's
got
business.
stuff on
She
there.
plays
Rick
this
Rule,
constantly.
is that
So
Rick
we
Rule's
might get a
channel? I don't know.
reversal
Rick,
here.
Rick Rule's a uranium
We're
guy.
gonna have
There's
a
some like
little
uranium
bit of
people
a
on YouTube that can
Action
really explain the thesis
earlier
pretty well,
today where some buyers
and
came
why
in,
like
but
the spot price
right
is
there.
discounted right now, and why that's
Early
historically not likely to stay that
early
way,
on in
and
the day,
why
had
it's
some
probably going to be
buyers.
going up. And if it
Right.
does go up,
Yesterday,
you're
later
really
in
going
the
to
day,
see
had
some move in those
buyers
stocks.
holding it up, but they just completely capitulated there. So if I'm going to look for an entry here, it's going to be
Is
at
yours-
a touch of 261.
Do you have a plan to like go
Confirmation that it stays
all
there.
in on
It was
a play at a
resistance
certain
at one point
time,
in
or
time.
like
It's now become very
are you
strong
looking at
support
anything
and
to
very
buy at a
strong
discount, or
supply
when
zone
are you
area.
going to start dumping into
So
the
that's
market? Sounds like
that.
you're more cash heavy here.
So that's my update for today. I'm going to
no,
be back on board
not very
tomorrow even more
cash-heavy.
than I was
Pretty-
today. So I'm
pretty
going to shut
fully
this
invested for the most part. I guess
podcast
maybe I've got
down.
about 10,
If you want to,
15% cash in
I'm going to shut this
my main
podcast
trading
down.
account.
And you can
Uh-huh.
reconvene.
So it's
As
not
they
like,
say,
I got a little bit
in the
to do
morning,
a little
right?
something, or to sell a put here and there and have it covered.
So you're not having too much cash.
No, I don't have too much cash. I like, normally I like to be invested, although, like my strictly trading account, I've been